Hello everyone, Momo here, and welcome to my newest build here in Path of Exile. You probably have heard that I talked about making a Facebreaker build, so I made myself my Facebreaker build. And I can actually say that I have just forgotten just how powerful Facebreaker was to level. Like, level with Facebreaker is not hard, it's super easy. I have very cheap gear on me right now. And I can just go through everything. It's like no challenge whatsoever. I can kill bosses in like a few seconds and so all of that. So it's still super powerful. But again, I am not in like end game of maps yet, so we will see. But Facebreaker have always been quite powerful, and I don't think this build will be bad at max level. I'm still working on my ice build, so I haven't abandoned that. I'm just playing two builds at the same time. So I can play my ice build when I want to play an spell build. Or I can play an melee build when I want to play this, for example. Oh, let's see, I gotta execute you because I feel for it. I gotta execute you as well because I feel for that too. Actually, I gotta imprison you because I feel for that. Yeah, I have good reasons for it. But I'm still missing some crucial pieces of gear for this build, which are relatively expensive. One of them are the shield that makes that attacks can't miss, and the amulet that makes me do crits, because I want this to be a crit-based Facebreaker build. I'm not going to have a massive amount of crit chance, but when I can't miss, and my crit chance, I think my crit chance is going to be like 30% or something like that. That's good enough to do really good damage. So still gonna go crit, but the crit amulet cost, last time I looked, cost almost 30 chaos, which isn't a huge deal, but I am not that rich in the league, so I still need to farm a bit to get that. And also need a shield I talked about before, and that costs like 40 chaos. Still not a huge amount, it's definitely farmable quite easily, but I'm gonna get it. So that's that. And I'm going to talk about the items I'm using and how my skill tree looks like. But before that, I need to sell some shit, because, you know, you're leveling up, you're just picking up a ton of stuff. And I freaking love chromatic orbs. So, but anyway, let's take a quick look at my skill tree. Actually, I don't want my portal to shut down, so I'm gonna go into my portal first and take up this firefly here. Let's take a fast look at my skill tree and my ideas and what I'm using. So let's start actually with my items, because the most important thing if you want to do a Facebreaker build, you can see I'm using no weapon. So if you're playing Facebreaker, you don't need a weapon. Everything is about to be unarmed, so you're gonna play unarmed. And these are the gloves that give the name and are the core for this build. You must have this one if you're gonna play a Facebreaker build. This one gives you an absolutely ginormous amount of more physical damage when you are unarmed. You're just using your fist and punch things with. And they do a ton of damage if you're using the right items too. So what you want when you're using a Facebreaker, what you want is flat physical damage to attacks on everything, because that increases your base damage when unarmed, which get a huge boost in your damage when you're using these gloves. So as you can see, this ring here, I have adds 7 to 13 physical damage to attacks. This one adds to physical damage and attacks. This one adds to physical damage and attacks. The shield here adds to physical damage and attacks, and I'm going to change this shield later to the shield I talked about before. But this shield is a lot cheaper. Even these boots here give me a small amount of physical damage to attacks. My belt gives me physical damage to attacks. You can see my damage right now. Almost 30,000, and I'm only level 56. And all the gear here, none of this gear here costs more than a chaos. And that's quite good damage for the low level I am. I only have a 5 link as well. And this armor is bloody bad, like seriously bad. I actually should upgrade my armor later. But let's take a look at my skill tree first. I'm gonna talk about my ascendancy first. I'm gonna use a shield, so I go in full out high block chance if I can, maxed out block chance gladiator. So when I ascend next time, I'm gonna take versatile combatant, sorry. And after that, I'm going to take violent retaliation, and I don't think I have so much help of this one. I actually don't really know if this will work unarmed, but I actually think it will. But I'm not gonna take Outmatch Outlast. I'm gonna go for Blood in the Eye, so I can make enemy bleeds, which are a bit more damage, and attacks maims against bleeding enemies, chance to blind with hits against bleeding enemies, and enemies maimed by my attacks take increased physical damage. And I'm a pure physical damage build. Right now I go in two ways. First I went all the way down here, took the physical damage in the beginning, all of the physical damage here, took the attack speed. I'm gonna take this one later. And I actually forgot into taking this one, so I have some life here to take as well, but I'm taking them later. And I went for Art of the Gladiator. I have Defiance. I went down here. This one is a must-have, increases my range of my Cyclone, but you can use other skills with this one. I start actually leveling by using Inferno Blow, and it is as well doing really good damage. So maybe a pure elemental Inferno Blow version of this build would quite well work actually. It's doing really good damage, but I like Cyclone. I took Golem's Blood, went down here to Tostudu, and Retaliation. For some damage, because when you take in shield notes and they give you physical damage when holding a shield, that counts when using unarmed. Getting elemental resistance can be quite hard in a build like this, because you use these gloves here give me no resistance and even life. This belt here, do really good, and I must use this belt for some really good damage. Doesn't give me a good amount of resistance, so getting some good resistance is quite crucial in a build like this. And I went for Vitality Void, and I'm probably going to take Iron Reflexes later. I don't have that much when it comes to evasion on my gear, so I might not gonna take this one. Oh, come on! I have no idea that like someone just could over-attack me like that. Janus, because you did that, I'm gonna take you to the interrogation room. So let's see if some more enemies will just pop up and attack me when I'm explaining my build. And after I went down here, sorry for that interruption by the way, I went to take Vitality Void. And then I went for Command of Steel, give me physical damage, increased defense for my shield, which is quite nice. And chance to block attacks, and I really like block attacks. Something wanna attack me, I don't care because it won't die. I'm using, let's see now. I'm using this skill here, so if something attacks me, they're gonna get a shield bash in the head and die. Anyway, I went to the range area, took fitness, nice attack speed there. I have Primal Spirit right now, but I want to drop this one later and take Heart of the Oak instead. Because I don't think I need this amount of mana later. So this one I'm going to drop, both of these two, but I have them now when I'm leveling. I'm gonna take Heart of the Oak instead. I went for Precision Ink, whatever this is called. Then I went for Weapon Aristotery, which I probably butchered that name horribly. The attack speed, and then Aspect of the Limbs. And the idea now, later, is I'm going to take this note here, take Herbalism, and I'm probably gonna go up here, take Heart Seeker, and this Yule Socket here, because I have some idea of a Yule Socket which involves another skill game, which I don't remember the name of right now, but I'm gonna see if I'm gonna do that later. But I'm probably gonna go here for the attack speed, for the critical strike chance, and probably Heart Seeker when I go crit. But there are no reason for me to do it right now, because I can't crit right now. Alright, let's take a look at the other side. I just went this way here. I'm going to go up here later and take the whole big life wheel here for some nice survivability. Take Path of the Warrior and Berserking and another Jewel Socket here. Right now I'm on my way and gonna take Solidarity for even more block chance and physical damage with shields. Because I really like to expand on my shield. And I'm gonna take this shield here, note here as well. And I might even take Diamond Skin for some resistance. I know taking resistance in the tree is not the best choice, but it's quite hard in a Facebreaker build like this, because I actually planning on using Abyssus for helmet later on, and that one have no resistance and even no life, so taking some extra resistance in the skill tree might be a good idea. Or I might go for Bring of Rain instead. I haven't entirely decided yet. But I go for Hearted Warrior as well, and Born to Fight, and I'm probably gonna go for Born to Fight and Hearted Warrior when on the coming levels. So that's pretty much how my skill tree looks like. And let's take a... yeah, you saw my gear before. So that's what I have been up to so far. And I'll actually... sorry, I almost forget to talk about my skill games I'm using. I'm using Cyclone as my main damage skill. But other skills that works unarmed will work quite well as well. But they might require a different setup. And I'm using pure physical damage. So I have Maim for some more physical damage. I'm using faster attacks because Cyclone with this is Cyclone unarmed. Unarmed is not that very fast, so attack speed helps a lot. I'm using melee melee damage support, which is pretty much a must-have in most melee builds. And I'm using brutality, so my Cyclone do pure physical damage. So I don't care what enemy having resistance or that, but I can't buff my damage with the help of, for example, Hatred. I'm leveling up Hatred still, because it's not 100%. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna use brutality or not. But right now it's doing really good damage, so I have no idea to change it. When it comes to my other gems, I'm of course using a shield charge with faster attacks. And I'm actually planning on having a 4 skill gem setup for my shield charge, because shield charge do really good damage. It's a fantastic movement skill. So I absolutely like shield charge. It's definitely something I use. I'm using 1 blue gem, which is Flame Dash at level 1, and I'm only using Flame Dash if I come to some terrain I want to get through and not run around, so I can just do a fast teleport over it so I don't have to go around it. So it's purely there for some mobility here and there. We're also doing physical damage, because I'm using Herald of Purity, and Herald of Purity, it's amazing for Facebreaker Builds because it gives me flat physical damage to attacks. So it gives me a ton of damage, so it's definitely a must-have. I'm also using War Banner, which I probably will not use later, but well, I have it still. So I'm using it, and it looks cool, don't you think? And I'm using a vulnerability area. So all enemies that come close to me take extra physical damage. And that's pretty much my setup. Oh, I forgot. I'm using Blood Rage as well for some life leech, attack speed, and well, it gives me some frenzy charges as well. This is quite nice. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about the build or ideas for improvement, which is always welcome, please let me know. And I see you guys soon, and thanks for watching.